Good morning. Hey, beautiful people. We are live with my dear friend and mompreneur, Buki. I call her Buki. I think you go by Kola mostly. Yes?
Call me that, yeah. But
Okay.
you keep calling me Buki. I like that.
I like it's so fun and it really fits your personality in my mind. And I was thinking about it the other day that the last time I saw you, like in person, you were
Mhm.
like dancing into your reception area, and it was so fun. So I loved your wedding. So much fun.
Thank you. It was fun for me.
So I am so excited to have you on this morning because, um, we all go through this journey of life and then becoming a mom and really reevaluating where are we at right now and what's our story right now. And you do such a beautiful job of reinventing yourself and really staying authentic to who you are in the moment, and you're not afraid to change, but keep Kola in the, front and center. And, Dan and I started this Becoming Brand You Academy to really help work at home moms and mompreneurs who are trying to find their voice in a crowded market.
Right.
And as this is the best time for female entrepreneurs online, but it also gets really busy. So to find like clarity and confidence in your message, that's so key. And so I had to have you on to just share a bit about your story. You were an entrepreneur before you were a mom. So tell me, introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about how you came to be where you are right now.
Sure. I'm very grateful to be here because you're helping people just like us that are trying to do something good in the world and also have kids. So I feel really grateful to be here. Like you said, my name is Buki, but a lot of people call me Kola, especially if they meet me through the internet first. And I'm the founder of KobokoFitness.com. I'm the author of StoryStoryBook.com, and I'm the founder of BetaMotivation.com. I'm also a mom to a 1-year-old and a wife. So I wear many hats, and I'm just excited to share my journey and experience with you guys and learn from you guys as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay, so I was reviewing the subtitle of your book and just now I have to remember how I found ways to make a difference and do work I love. And that resonates on so many levels, and that we want to live a life of purpose. Just a second. What happened? I'm so sorry. Sorry. She got a boo-boo. That we want to live a life of purpose, but then, we talk about moving from purpose to paycheck, that we get to do what we love and get paid for it. And I love that you always keep your why front and center, and that people know it's not about like the Kola show, but that you have, purpose in the background. Can you share, what's your why to keep you going?
So one of the most important things to me, and I think to anyone watching this, is to make a difference for people. For me, my specific thing that really, really drives me is making a difference for orphans. And as much as I like to make sure that people are aware of my passion for orphans, it's still something that I feel so passionate about that it's actually difficult to talk about. So that's one of the many things that's always at the back of my mind when I'm doing things. I'm not really the kind of person that I'm just here to make a quick buck. No, I want both. And I truly believe that it's possible to have both. It's possible to feel passionate about what you're doing. It's possible to love what you're doing. And it's also possible to get compensated financially for doing that. I don't believe that it has to be either or. It can be both. And that's what I'm pursuing. And that's what a lot of my journey has been about. And now that I'm starting to see some success in certain areas, it's very exciting for me because then I can share with other people too.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one thing I love, is that you are so confident about sharing your story, whether it's through your book, which lays out the best entrepreneurial roller coaster, setup of your life, but so encouraging. Like, I could do this too. Like, wow, you just need to, figure out what's important to you and then really go after that. And now with Koboko Fitness, sorry, now I need a Band-Aid for her with minions. There you go. Okay. Now can you go downstairs? Oh, better. Okay. Koboko Fitness, you recently went back to school. Mm-hmm. Can you tell about that and how, what led you to this right now?
So Koboko Fitness is a site that I started it's almost a year now since I started that site. But the interesting thing about Koboko Fitness, and I mentioned it very briefly in my book, Story Book, is that it's an idea that I've had for years, and I just didn't feel qualified to pursue that idea. And I think that a lot of women can relate to that, where you want to do something, but then you're questioning yourself. Well, who am I to start this? What qualifications do I have to do this? Why would anyone listen to me? And I allowed those voices to get to me, and I believed them. And I ended up spending years doing other things, trying other things, and only to end up right back in that same spot where I'm like, this is an idea that I have that I want to pursue. And so in order to be able to do that, I did have to really face my fears. And one of them was, I'm not qualified to do this. I've never been 350 pounds and then lost 200 pounds. So I don't have this amazing weight loss story. I'm not a personal trainer. I just felt that, okay, this is a fear, but it's valid. So I had to do something about that. So I went to get a program through Stanford University to get educated on nutrition. And that's what I did. And it was an investment. I know in the future, I'm going to look back and be like, oh, that was just chump change. But for me, at the time I went back to do it, it was an investment, but it was a worthwhile investment because now I have the qualifications to do what I'm doing. And it makes everything so much easier when people are asking questions. I can answer people. I can actually help people now. So that was my motivation in going to go get educated. And it's been one of the most important things I did. And something else I would mention is that I was also going to get other certifications in addition to the one from Stanford, just so I could have a lot of qualifications. But something I learned from my experience is that there's a difference between doing things from a place of ego and a place of wanting to help people. And I just had to make the tough choice to always start from wanting to help people. So I decided not to go get many qualifications because I knew that would just be for my ego. I'm just focused on getting the qualifications I actually need to be able to help people. And so far, that's been one of the most important ones.
Mm. You had so many points. Like, I actually have goosebumps right now. And it's not just that it's cold here, but you hit on so many pain points that, I talk to women. It's like, well, I have this story, but I don't feel confident sharing. Like, who would want to listen to me? Or like you said, feeling underqualified, but it's your passion. And I love that you took, your certification, you invested in yourself, and so you could help people most, effectively, but you have packaged it in such an authentic voice. Like, you particularly talk to Nigerians or Africans who are trying to get healthy because you know what the staple food is like and what the mindset behind it is like and what, just what is manageable. You can help them along that journey. And there's definitely a need for that. That's standing out from a crowded market and being like, okay, I have my niche of people, my people, and they get you. And I love your humor. It's like, a little bit of pidgin English, a little bit of so funny. So I love that. Who along the way have you really looked for advice from? We always have those people that help us along the way.
So it's so funny that that was your next question, because I was holding myself back to not interrupt you just now, because you actually are one of my biggest inspirations in physical fitness. I don't know if you even remember this, but when you used to live nearby here, we came over to your place and you made these plantains in the oven instead of frying them. And that was the first time I ever had that. I was so used to the Nigerian way of deep frying the plantains. And for anyone watching that doesn't know what plantains are, they're like bananas, but they're less sweet and more starchy. So it's like the last thing you should ever fry. But that's how we make them in Nigeria. We always fry them. And so you made them in an oven. And I was like, this is so good. I actually prefer this to the traditional way. And now I don't fry my plantains anymore. I always make them in the oven. And it's one of the things I recommend to people that read the blog, and I tell everyone about it. My sister came, and I know Erica's so good. My sister came to visit, and I made it for her, and she was, "Whoa, I've never had this before. This is so good." And now she's going to be making hers that way as well. So you never know. The little things you do go very, very far. But just people in my life like yourself that are very encouraging really inspire me. And I'm also a huge podcast listener. I have a lot of podcasts that I enjoy, and I'll just mention two of them. One of them is How I Built This from NPR, and they interview billionaires, basically. So they've interviewed, I think her name is Sarah Blakely, the Spanx founder. They've interviewed her. They've interviewed the founders of Instagram, the founders of Airbnb, the founder of Patagonia. They just interviewed some really, really influential business people, and the advice from that podcast is priceless, and it's very inspiring, of course.
And you said it was called How
I Built This.
How I Built This. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
By NPR, yeah. It's hosted by Guy Raz. It's one of the best podcasts I listen to. And there's another one by Myleik. She's the founder of a company called Curlbox, which is for women with curly hair. But she has a business podcast called Curlbox, and she gives out some really, really good advice. Myleik is a very down-to-earth, straight to the point type of person, so she may not be everybody's taste, but I think it's helpful to have that kind of advice once in a while. So thanks, Deanna. Yes, How I Built This.
That is, I will have to check them out. As you know, I'm like a podcast junkie.
Yeah, we need to trade lists sometime. I would love to see what's on your list.
Yeah. The newest one that I am loving is James Wedmore, Mind Your Business. And he really talks about the mindset of business and what you need to strengthen in order to go forward with your plans. You can have all the plans in the world, but if you don't have the confidence and the mindset to back that when things get tough,
right,
that's when people really give up. So I love the people he interviews and just his whole approach to business. So that would be my one.
Yeah.
So as a mompreneur, your son just turned 1.
Yes.
Last month, February?
Yeah. In January ending. Yeah.
Such an adorable baby. I can't wait to meet him in person because I'm just like, oh, it's cute. So cute. So that, I mean, the early years, I give you major props because that is like the most time consuming, like very attention, wonderful, so much fun because there's so many firsts. But the balance between running a business and raising a family, there's a lot of correlations, but sometimes they can feel like they conflict with time. So is there a number one tip you would give to other mompreneurs trying to balance babies and business? What has helped you the most?
The one thing I would say first is if you're trying to do both, congratulations and good job. I mean, just having the ability to even have that dream of doing that, I think is a big deal. And even if you're not as moving as quickly as you would like, or you're not doing everything you would love to be doing, I just want to encourage you first and foremost and let you know that you're doing a good job even by trying, because it's not easy. So I think that's my number one tip. Don't be too hard on yourself. I know as moms and women, we can be very hard on ourselves. You know, we want to do it all. We want the house to be perfect. We want the food to be healthy. We want the business to be growing. We want to look good. We want to do it all. I would say have grace for yourself, number one. And then number two is, if you can, be a morning person. That has been something that has helped me tremendously, because I'm able to get up earlier than everyone else. I get about 2 hours every single morning of uninterrupted, pure adrenaline filled business time. And I cherish that time. I think that being able to do that allows me to get things done before the baby wakes up, so that during the day, I'm not too stressed about getting too many things done. I know I've done the most important thing in the morning. That would be number two. And then number three is to just write things down so you don't forget to celebrate. Sometimes we have so many things we want to do that when things go well, we forget to pause and be happy that something actually went right. You know, it happens so frequently. And I think that celebrating those small wins is very important to be encouraged to keep going forward and to keep growing. I'll give you an example with Koboko Fitness. I had a goal to hit a certain number of page views on the website last month, and then we surpassed it. Old me would not even notice that that happened, because I would be so focused on, oh my God, there's this product I need to develop. Oh my God, there's this other email I need to answer. But because I had that at the back of my mind when we surpassed it, I was ecstatic, and I remembered to celebrate, and I talked my husband's ear off about it. So I would just say, just remember to celebrate yourself once in a while. It's okay to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. The small, like the baby steps, like those first wins, just like you would celebrate your baby's like first everything.
I know you said one tip and then I gave three, but you know.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, we need all the tips we can get.
All the tips.
Hashtag all the tips. Yeah. Yeah, I just read yesterday, it was a great reminder that the first 5 minutes of your day like dictates your day. And so I love that you say like really focus on that morning time, because that's something I need to improve on, like get even earlier. But I can tell a difference when I am rushing my kids out of the door to school. Like, it's not a fun feeling. And if for no other reason, the peace of the home, for, you know, when I get up earlier, it's worth every minute of, you know, like groggy, you know, getting out of bed kind of feeling like, okay, yeah, the morning.
Though, if you're not naturally a morning person, it's extremely difficult. And I feel like I'm developing more of an empathy for people that aren't morning people, because I had a stretch where I had to stay up later to get some extra work done. And it was just the hardest thing in the world. And I thought, if it's this difficult for me to stay up late, I can only imagine how difficult it must be for someone who doesn't prefer to wake up early to try to wake up at 4:30, 5 a.m. It must be very, very difficult. So that's why I always preface that advice with, if you can. You know, if you can't do it, don't guilt yourself about it. But if you can do it, take advantage of it, because it really does make a difference.
Yeah, I think, you know, what helps me is just pushing it back, you know, 15 minutes or half an hour, adjusting to that, pushing it back again, and really understanding what I'm doing in the morning. Because if I'm just getting up to sit on the couch and drink coffee, I'll be like, what's the point? Like, I can do this in 2 hours, you know? So it's having that plan ahead of time, or like my workout clothes ahead of time laid out.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I could seriously talk with you forever, Buki, and I wish we lived closer again. You'll have to come visit in Florida.
Yes. Be careful what you wish for.
No, believe me. We are ready for you and your family to come down. You guys have been such a blessing. I still love the Thanksgiving that we spent, like, all Nigerians like celebrating Thanksgiving at our house that one year. It was so much fun. And like,
was that the year we watched that movie that wouldn't stop? That we watched like
part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So much fun. Like, I seriously can't get over how much fun we have together.
That was a good time. That was a good time for sure.
Yeah. So if I'm going to put up everyone needs to go to Koboko Fitness. I posted the leggings that I got the other day. That was from Buki. They are amazing. She has some more out, but just, so inspiring for healthy living. If you're looking for inspiration for your own website or like branding or just seeing cohesiveness, like there is so much good that you can get from her site. So you got to go check it out. And I hope to have you on again on my show.
Thanks, Erica. This was so much fun. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Anytime. So make sure and go check out Kola. And next week I have a friend, Becky. She is a dietitian by trade and just showing how she manages 4 or 5 kids and a business. So she is a gem, and I can't wait to have her on too. So I hope to see you next week. Bye.